All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin and welcome back to Chelsea Aftermath. And of course, welcome back to Ishan TV as well. Ishan TV 25. Make sure you guys subscribe to Ishan. Um, yeah, the day after. The day after. Well, for me, I don't even know what the day after really means or looks like because I was up for like 24 hours watching that nonsense. And then I slept for maybe maximum 3 hours, and then I was up having to do the rest of the duties on the weekend, help out with the family, this, that, the other. So I haven't really had the chance to get this out of my system. Ishan, first of all, big up to you, my man. Hope you're doing well. Bro, I'm really disturbed, bro. I'm really disturbed after that loss. I think this one, look, the Brentford drop-off points, I was like, you know what? That's fine. It's okay. It's after the international break. We played well. We deserve to win. Shit like that can happen. Shit like that can happen. Then I was really pumped for the Bayern Munich game. I was like, my team's showing that they've grown. So I'm backing you. I'm backing you. You've shown that you're grown. And then we get the performance that we got, which was absolutely rubbish and pathetic. We got a slap in the face by Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
No problem. Ishan, no problem. I moved on. But I said, Khabardar.
Yeah.
Absolutely do not mess this up against Man United. I will lose my mind.
Yeah.
And Ishan, it blew up in our face in the first 4 minutes.
4 minutes. It took 4 minutes to mess things up.
And then Maresca went on a madness and did all of these substitutions, which, Ishan, I have to say, that was such a cowardice behavior. That was such a coward behavior.
Right.
He almost said to the team, he almost gave it, look, problems in life happen, right? Problems in life happen. But if in the first stage of the problem, you get your white flag out and you're surrendering, bro, you have to find a solution. You have to find a solution. You have to keep going. You got to keep fighting. Bro, I was shocked. He just gave up on the team, and I think the team kind of gave up themselves as well. Ishan, how do you feel about the game post day, a day later?
Man, I'm totally shattered. I'm totally shattered, and the title of this live stream says it all. Morale is shattered, and mine as well. I mean, look, I told you, miss, before the game that in this game, anything out of a 3-point for me, I'll lose all hopes of the title. I'll lose all hope of doing well and ending well in this competition. And boy, oh boy, the way they proved me right in that. Forget about challenging for the title. Oh my days, where do I picturize myself? Because this Man United team were in gutters, were in absolute gutters. They were on shambles. Every team came up to them, battered them up. They got knocked out by Grimsby Town, where half of them men in Grimsby Town are probably some corporate workers or I don't know, some pizza delivery boys or laborers or mechanics. They were on some second duty. The football was the sideman thing. Those boys came up and beat this team, and we just couldn't. We just shut ourselves up in Old Trafford. We just shut us, bro. This is so disheartening. Look, people will say we lost the game in 4 minutes. Agreed, 100% agreed. We lost the game, and there will be discussions now. Of course, I will be discussing this throughout the season. That what about the goalkeeper scenario? I'm shouting this since I don't know, ages now. The goalkeeper transfer, fault that we had in not just this transfer window but consecutive 2 transfer windows, it is coming to haunt us now, and it will haunt us for the rest of the season, right? This is going to happen. Fine, but what happened? All right, red card happened. That absolute shambles of a decision by Robert Sanchez, and the way he did it as well, bro, just broke me down. And then he got a red card. Fine. Enzo Maresca, We were pointing fingers on Enzo Maresca in the previous matches as well. As you'd remember, Brentford game,
Yeah,
Bayern Munich game. That yes,
correct.
you didn't do your substitutions at right time. You were not probably the starting lineup questionable, not questionable, maybe may not be, but there were decisions that you could have done better. All right, you uh, went away with 1 point against Brighton. Bayern Munich, it was unlucky. We were showing some gut in the game, but the decisions could have been better. Come Man United game, Maresca got full exposed. He was like on sabotage mode. What was happening? You would say that, okay, now he came up in the post-match press conference, Mizia, and he told that, oh, this
Bro, he
red
was
card,
talking nonsense. He was talking nonsense.
bro, I couldn't understand him. He said that, this is what he said, yeah. He said that the red card completely blew off his plan. Okay, just because the red card, I understand that red card actually tactically makes your team gone, right? But at least
Sure.
where is your intention? Where is your intention? What was your plan? Was your plan to make a draw? What is your plan to go out there from a 0-0? Or were you going out there to attack this team to get some early goals and then wrap the game up soon? What was your intention?
Bro, let's start from here. I think this is a fantastic position, the red card. Bro, when you have when you have a plan, I have a plan how I want to attack this team. You have a plan and you want your team to carry out a plan. When that plan gets shattered and it's thrown into the bin, this is exactly what Maresca said. Bro, are you telling me you don't have a plan B, you don't have a plan C, you don't have any other plans? You just came into this match with only one plan, and if that plan goes sideways, I'm sorry, I don't know what to do now. I give up, I surrender, I throw in all of these defenders and just do what. Brother, at the point of the red card, it was still 0-0. It's still 0-0.
Yeah.
Look at Newcastle not that long ago, being one man down, came back to level the game with Liverpool. Showing guts, showing desire. After Newcastle lost that match against Liverpool, everyone actually praised Newcastle. They said, you know what? That's gutsy, man. Yeah. Man down and still going against the champions of Premier League, current champions of Premier League. Enzo Maresca, let's talk about this red card first of all. Look, firstly, Chalobah, Ishan, how's this brother? How you, bro? Are you a defender? You're a defender. How are you losing this aerial duel already? I know Sesko's tall, but bro, you are a Premier League proven defender. You're not just some guy that just entered Premier League yesterday. You've been playing since Thomas Tuchel era.
Yeah.
Bro, how are you losing an aerial duel like that? That's number one. Number two, okay, Sesko wins the header. Wow, look at all the space in behind for Mbeumo to run in. Who's marking my man Mbeumo? Who's like, are you like, where's your head? Where's your head? Where's your focus?
Yeah.
Okay, Chalobah, you lost the aerial duel. Wesley Fofana, where's your head space, bro? Where's your head space? My man Mbeumo runs in, picks up the ball, and now he's 1v1. And yes, Ishan, we can sit here and blame Sanchez till the cows come home. Yeah? Till the cows come home. And what he did was so wrong. He should have maybe stayed. And even Enzo Maresca said post-match, I'd rather just concede the goal as opposed to being another man down. But he made the decision, wrong decision. Sanchez, you absolute puta. You made the wrong decision. And it's not the first time you've made the wrong decision. You've made wrong decisions before. Your only benefit is for the past maybe 4 to 5 months, you've actually made more better decisions than wrong decisions. No problems. But you've made an absolute critical, fatal error. Fatal error. Okay? But Ishan, at that point of fatal error, a man needs to calm themselves. Breathe. Breathe.
Yeah.
Something wrong has happened. Now, maturity needs to kick in. Now I need to show my quality as a manager. Okay, what can I do for this team? Okay, no problems. You have to substitute someone to bring in a new goalkeeper. I understand that. Unlucky for Estevan Willian, you had to come off. Unlucky. brother, you've been sacrificed because we need a new goalkeeper. Sad for you. But Ishan, why was Pedro Neto sacrificed to bring in Tosin?
Yeah.
Now,
There
Enzo
you go.
Maresca said post-game, or they attack with 5, so we're going to play with 5 defenders. Bro, is this... You can't utilize a midfielder to like... What attack with 5, bro? We're gonna rate Sesko. I know he got the header, but their attack has been not good. But find a different solution. You have Reece James, you have Cucurella, you've got at that time Fofana, Chalobah. You can utilize Caicedo. Why take out Pedro Neto? Why didn't you take out Enzo Fernandez then? Take out a midfielder. You gave literally no outlet to João Pedro. João Pedro was on his own. You took out Pedro Neto. You took out Esteban. Now João Pedro's all on his own. Bro, what was that, Ishan, bro? What was that?
Now, look, Miz, I'll switch it back to the penalties situation and Sanchez. Yeah, I mean, 100% agree to what you said. First up, Chalobah, you should have done better. You 100% should have done better. What was that? That was absolute shambles. Yeah, losing that and knowing the fact that as a good centre back, yeah, you should very well know the fact that who's behind you, who's on your shoulders. You're always watchable on your shoulder, right? Is your goal exposed? Is your keeper exposed? Right? These are basics. These are very basics of football, and you haven't seen that. You went for that, very highly risky challenge. Oh, you could have waited. You could have done something else. That's one thing. Second thing, there was no cover up. Rightly well said by you as well. There was no cover up. What was Tosin doing? What was Fofana doing? What was Fofana doing? What was Cucurella doing? Where was Cucurella as well?
Where's the cover? Where's the cover?
Where's the cover? Right? Or what were the midfielders doing for that matter? Couldn't you have been there at the moment to just give it a cover run up, at least for that matter, right? Now, the ball went through. It's a 1v1 situation. Coming at the striker was not a bad thing. The bad thing was the action that he took, right? While he was going to literally kick the ball. Bro, he's a well-renowned, winger in the Premier League. He's a well-profound winger, Brian Mbuemo. He definitely knows how to trick you in 100 ways. You're not gonna get out there and then like an idiot just kick the ball away from his body. It's not gonna happen. He's gonna have 100 ways, and that's what he did. He just dinged the ball up so that he could miss the ball, and he hit directly Mbuemo. That's what happened. Got a red card, 100%. Nobody's gonna challenge that. Even if you're approaching, just approach and try to wait. Just see what correction. And it was not like 100%. It was clear. It was just Mbuemo versus Sanchez. No, there were guys who were trying to close in. They were kind of very much close to Sanchez. Anything could have happened if Sanchez would have stayed on his ground, probably approached a bit, stayed on his ground, and just wait until what Mbuemo does. Right? Anything could have happened. Sanchez, absolute stupidity there. What happens next? Just like very well said to you by you. The score line, by the time we got the red card, it was 0-0. I know 4 minutes, you'll get startled. The entire team will be shocked and they'll be like, oh my days, what the hell is going to happen now? But the score line was 0-0. Either you could have, played more maturely and see the game through, probably press them back and get the momentum back. Or you could have at least calm yourself down.
Or sit deep then. Sit deep. Send a message.
Exactly.
Send a message, team. I want you now sit deep and play on the counter. I need you to lock up the defense.
Here's the thing. This is what Maresca wanted, to sit us deep. Right? And probably that's why he got in so many defenders. But the thing is, the message that you're putting on the ground is not good. You're not showing confidence on the team. Even if you want to sit back here, 4, 5 minutes, 10 minutes into the game, it's not the time to bring back 3 attackers and put in 3 defenders and make the entire squad full of defenders just to put on the point that you want to defend now. That's not the way.
That. Look, you can sit back and defend, but you have to have an outlet. What's your outlet? It just can't be João Pedro. It cannot be Andre Santos from mid. You need to have at least one more attacker with João Pedro. One more. At least
and
one.
Especially against United, Miz. Especially against this United, right? I mean, you're not going to tell me that. Miz, that game was not against Liverpool at Anfield. You know what I mean? It was against United. Everybody slapping these men. Why would you show that you're not confident about your team? You're not confident about the attack? Or what I want to do is, they were attacking with 5 strikers, 5 attackers. So I wanted to defend with 5. So what's the objective of your game to defend? were you on that ground yesterday with an objective that I will go out of this ground taking a 0-0 as an output? Would that be an accomplishment to you? Because that post-match press conference definitely gave us that message, that they had 5 attackers, you wanted 5 defenders so that you could defend those 5 attackers. Where is your attack? What was your objective, man? Would you have been happy? So that means the entire intention altogether, right from the beginning, was to get a draw out of that game. Was that it against this Man United? Because I'm getting that intention. And if that's the thing, brother, you are on some mad thing, man. You're on some mad thing. I don't understand.
If that was the intention that you wanted to get a draw, your team didn't even set up properly for a draw. Your team didn't set up properly. So this is why I'm like, Ishan, like, I felt Enzo Maresca was a huge part in blaming for this one. Huge part. As you said, in the previous games for Brentford and Bayern Munich, you know what? Okay, yeah, there are a few things you could have done better. Your some of your team selections could have been better. Your substitutions could have been better, utilizing the squad. But this time, there's no doubt in majority of the fan base's mind that you screwed us up. Yes, Robert Sanchez screwed us. No problems. I get that. But you had every chance to rectify that, and your message was wrong. And now I'm going to get to the second phase of this. Alhambra, thank you so much for the super chat. The irony is wingers would prevent their chances. Exactly.
Correct.
The wingers would prevent their chances. And the wingers would actually give us an opportunity to go forward and get something out of this game. Now, Ishan, the next phase of this absolute fuckery that took place, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. 0-0. Esteva taken off. Jorgensen brought in. Pedro Neto was absolutely filthy. He was so upset. He just went straight down the tunnel. He didn't even handshake or anything. He went, Tosin came on. No problems, Ishan. 0-0. You've got all of these defenders. You want to have 5 defenders with their 5 attackers. No problems. Ishan, Cole Palmer comes off. I think at that time it was already, was it 1-0 already? Let me have a quick look. Or was it when did Cole Palmer come?
I think so. It was 1-0. Yeah. I think so. It was 1-0.
Let me just have a quick look. Cole Palmer. Yeah, it was already 1-0, 14th minute, and Cole Palmer came off 21st minute. Okay, so it was 1-0. Cole Palmer comes off. Cole Palmer comes off. He's pointing.
Yeah.
It's hurting. Post-match, we get Enzo Maresca saying he's never been 100%. He's been hurting for a long time now. He's not been 100%.
So if you knew the fact that he's not 100%, yeah, mate.
So I'm getting to that. If you knew this player is not 100%, why are we putting him through all of, like, remember when he first got injured in the warm-up and Esteva Willian came on in the West Ham game, and we all said, let him rest. It's going to take a bit of time. I wasn't very confident that he was going to play against Brentford. But then I saw news that, he's training again, this, that, the other. And then I said, you know what? Maybe he gets some minutes. And then once he got some minutes against Brentford, I said, you know what? Start him. Because I don't know the back news. I don't know that he's been injured for a long time. You as a manager, Ishan, Maresca as a manager, you know he hasn't been 100%. You know apparently he's been in pain. Why are you still playing him? And he only was able to give us 21 minutes and he wasn't even at his best. Now, I rather, please, give him the full rest. Let him recover. Don't bring him back against Brighton. Don't bring him back against Benfica. Don't bring him back against, Liverpool. Let him completely rest in the international break so he fully recovers. Not only you took him off, your bench now doesn't have a replacement for Cole Palmer. You brought in Bonanote as your loanee. He's not in the bench. So what do? You have to take off Cole Palmer because he's injured. You brought in another midfielder. Now, Andre Santos actually had a very good game, Ishan. I'm not having a go at Andre Santos, but 2 things. Talk about Cole Palmer and talk about why another midfielder. Why not a Garnacho? Why not a Gittins? Why not a Gu? Why not some... You took off Cole Palmer. Why not someone?
This is the biggest thing that pissed me off yesterday. The biggest thing, even after the post-match press conference here, he said that Cole Palmer wasn't 100%. Forget about the substitution means. Why did he start in the first place? Why? I don't want a 50%, 60% fit Cole Palmer. Number one, he won't give his 100% on the pitch, being he's not fit. Second, you're jeopardizing his further future matches, and you're jeopardizing his further future fitness. You know what I mean? Sherwin, Ms. also why take Estava off for Jurgen Send instead of the unfit. Exactly. This one where my point comes in, Sherwin. If Cole Palmer was not 100% fit, why start him in the first place as if we do not have even one single winger on the bench? We had couple easily. Gittins and Garnacho were there. What is your level of confidence on these players? If it's like zero, then why give him the bench as well? Just sabotage them. Just come out and say that I do not envy these players at all. I do not believe in these players. Get me some other player. Just come out and say it, man. Just like you came out and said that Sterling is not on my plans. He's practicing in a different pitch. Come out and say the same thing for these players. Yeah, Mark Guyu is there, Gittins and there, Garnacho is there. If you cannot believe in them, even in these scarce situations when Palmer isn't 100%, what are you doing as a manager, man? Forget about the change, miss. That's a separate story. You shouldn't even starting Palmer for the time being. I don't care if it's. I know it's Man United and it's a must-win game, but that doesn't mean you'll jeopardize Palmer's health and fitness in the going future as well. What if something major has happened to him now and we jeopardize his further few more weeks? You know what I mean? He probably should have just rested, and then all right, he played. The substitution came in. The time when we got red card Mizier, that also was the time when you knew as a manager that Palmer wasn't 100%, right? Why didn't you go and sub him?
Take him off then. Take him off
you
then.
Go out and probably pick out the most probably one of the quickest players on the pitch, right? Probably the second quickest player in the pitch. And second, you go and take off the quickest player in the pitch with the likes of Pedro Neto. How are we going to attack after that? You just cut off both our legs. How are you going to?
And Ishan, Pedro Neto helps with defense as well. He tracks 100%. Back. He helps, and he's got the engine to run forward as well. I just thought, he royally screwed up Enzo Maresca, bro. He royally screwed up. He
subbed off Estevao, right? Okay, so people will think that at this point of time, people didn't knew that Palmer wasn't 100%. But you as a manager knew, right? Eventually, you're always going to come out after the game and say that Palmer is not 100%. So we would have understood that if you would have taken Palmer off first, right? Why did you take Estevao Willian off? All right, fine. You go out there as your second substitution. You took off Pedro Neto. Even that time, you had an option to take off Cole Palmer. You didn't. You took off Pedro Neto. And that is shambolic move from Maresca. Man, I didn't understand that. I'm sorry. Even if I want to cover that, I can't. I just don't understand.
And on top of that, Ishan, okay, you took off you made the mistake. You took off you took off Pedro Neto, Estevao. Okay, whatever. You had to bring in Jorgensen. You took off Pedro Neto, but you took off Cole Palmer. He's injured. Sure. Why not an attacker? Why not? Like, you crippled the attack. You said to Ja Pedro, you're on your own. You're on your own.
Yeah. Like I told you, he just cut off both our legs and wanted to run with our Papu, single Papu. That's what Ja Pedro was at that point of time. He was the single Papu with no legs, and he expected us to run. That's not going to happen. That was such a shambles and that's where I was wondering, we are bending over backwards against someone like a Manchester United, miss. I don't know what is the intention of Maresca that not just from the point of red card miss, right from the beginning of the game. Was he content with a draw in this game, irrespective of what the red cards? Because your changes determine your intention. Your changes did not reflect the way we were trying to aspire, that we were going to go there all out attack.
This is also
Sherwin says, miss also, why is George on the bench instead of Buonanotte? Yeah, especially when Exactly, man, Sherwin. Thank you for bringing up this point as well.
Bro, nothing made sense. Nothing
made sense. This was so diabolical, man. Why did you buy Garnacho? Answer me. Why did you buy Gittins? Why? Are they like, now are you gonna put your hands and responsibilities all on Tyreek George, who was this close to leave Chelsea FC and join Fulham? He was literally this close. So you were about to let go this player, right? And you let go this player, and you were about to bring in someone like a Garnacho and Gittins, which you very well did. You did not get Xavi Simons. That's a separate story altogether. But you got someone like a Garnacho and Jamie Bino Gittins. If you don't utilize these players in this match at this moment, when will you do it? Are they like?
Do you know what? And do you know what, Ishan? People are saying he doesn't trust these players. It's a clear message that he doesn't trust Garnacho. He doesn't trust. Well, apparently he wanted to bring in Garnacho, and we're going to get to that. But apparently, a lot of the people in the fan base, he doesn't trust Gittins. He doesn't trust Bonanote. He doesn't trust Mark Gu. He doesn't trust all of these players because, the directors, bro, Ishan, the transfer window is closed, ladies and gentlemen. The transfer window is closed. I don't want my manager now to send messages, to send WhatsApp messages. No, I don't want my manager to do this nonsense anymore. Transfer window is closed, brother. Brother Maresca, transfer window is closed. So now do what you can with what you have. Do what you can with what you have. You took off all of those attackers and you started to play with Enzo Fernandez up forward. Like Enzo Fernandez has the legs. Bro, Andre Santos to play as a number 10 behind. The whole tactics. Cucurella started to play as a winger. Ishan, I want to know, you have options in the bench. You have the defenders, you brought in the defenders. Why are you playing with Enzo Fernandez up front? Why are you trying to play like Enzo Fernandez, Ishan, and I still rate him. I like him. Bro, he couldn't even find okay, you want to play with Enzo Fernandez? Maybe he's going to find those long, beautiful passes to João Pedro to open things up. But he couldn't find the passes. He didn't have the legs. He didn't have anything in this game to provide. Why did he continue on with Enzo Fernandez? Why not at halftime, Ishan? 2-0 down, right? 2-0 down, yeah? With a man down, 2-0 down. Why not at halftime you gather everyone and just go, you know what, guys, listen, that was absolute foolery what happened in that first half, but now we're going to try and fix it. Okay, you got 2 more substitutions left now. You got 2 more substitutions. Why not say, all right, we've got a lot of defenders. We've got Reece James, we've got Tosin, we've got Wesley Fofana, we've got Cucurella, we've got Chalobah. That's enough. That's enough. Guys, you're going to play together. Now, Caicedo, Andre Santos, that's good. I'm going to take off Enzo Fernandez. Let me take off Enzo Fernandez. I'm going to add a little bit of firepower. Let's make 1 substitution at halftime. Let's bring in Garnacho. Or let's bring in Gittins. I'm going to allow Gittins to stay closer to João Pedro so we can get something. We can get some sort of combination play up front, like an outlet. So then the midfielders can come forward and help out. Bro, at halftime, the second half was even more of a diabolical situation than the first half. The fact that we didn't even react. Being 2-0 down with a man red card, why wasn't the intention, let's try and salvage something. Let's try and get to them. Let's put them under pressure. We have seen Enzo, we have seen Ruben Amorim and the Man United team buckle under pressure. Why at halftime, Ishan, we came back with the same 10 players, same everything, and it was even worse. What was the conversation at halftime?
Second half was, like you said, more digressed, diabolical, and dissatisfied to watch comparatively to the first half. Because exactly this is what I'm thinking as well. What could have been the conversation at halftime? What could have been the conversation? Got a red card, 10-man down, 2-0 down. We have nothing to lose. We already lost 3 points at 2-0, right? So why not go out there, all gas, no breaks, right? Let's see what comes to us.
World champion, let's go. Let's go and show them the world champion.
The way they came out and they started passing backwards and playing chill out in the defense, it seemed like we were leading 2-0, not them. Bro, sometimes these gameplays, uh, I mean, makes me mad so much, man. I just don't understand what are the players thinking when they're passing to and fro to each other. Like Chalobah and Fofana, or Chalobah or Tosing are passing to each other. You're 2-0 down. Do something, man. How can you just stand there, pass? Players are just standing like that, jogging, just watching each other's faces. Bro, you guys are 2-0 down against Man United, the same team that got slapped by Grimsby Town and are getting slapped by each and every Premier League team. But you're content, you're fine with it, man. And the thing, like I told you, if you have out of the entire 10 players that were playing, if you have 5-6 defenders, how are we gonna attack, man?
How are we
How we
gonna
gonna
attack,
attack?
bro? How are we gonna
Who's
attack?
gonna attack? Jao Pedro is looking the most
Bro,
confused person in the
bro,
world.
I think,
What was
bro,
he
I
gonna
think
do?
he's, bro, I think he's gas, bro. The way Jao Pedro ran his socks off, bro. Jao
Yeah.
Pedro ran, bro. The guy ran. He ran. He ran mad, and there was no support. There's no one. Enzo Fernandez nowhere to be seen. Andre Santos tried his level best to help as much as he could.
Yeah.
Caicedo ran as much as he could. Bro, you've got Margue at least at halftime. Ishan, we need to have a serious conversation here. Margue, bro, what was the point? What's the point? You should have just left him at Sunderland. Why the F are you
Yes.
using Tyreek George, bro? Why are you using Tyreek George? And you're using Tyreek George as a striker. You're making him look
Yeah.
stupid.
He's playing number
Now
9.
people are complaining, oh, Tyreek George is a bum. He's not a striker. Bro, he's just starting to learn how to play wing. He's a
Yeah.
youngster. He's only
Yeah.
started to understand wing play. He's only developing there. Now you put him as a striker. Ishan, what the F is going on here, bro? What the F, bro? Mark Hughes there, you're not utilizing. Why did you bring him back then? Why? And you know what the sad story is, Ishan? You know, we've got Lincoln
Yeah.
City next. Mark Hughes can't even play that game because he's already featured for Sunderland.
But you know what? These other guys are gonna play. Garnacho is gonna play. Probably Gittins is gonna play. And Maresca will be like, oh, I believe them. I've given them a chance against Lincoln. Come Brighton game, you're gonna see the same thing that you saw. Because it's been some games now. We are not just talking by looking at the Man United game. We've seen Bayern Munich game. We've seen Brentford game. This manager is showing some signs that are not good. I'm not liking it from long-term perspective. He's delaying the substitutions when he's supposed to be proactive. He's bringing in the wrong person at the wrong position. He's digressing the game, you know, making us look weird, playing slow in the second half when we are already lacking, not just this game but also against the Bayern Munich. When did we ever look like we wanted to score going back? I mean, going down in the second half, especially, bro. Man, as much as I want to have a trust in this manager and the players that we have, this man is doing some mad things and mad decisions, which is actually questioning my belief on this manager and this team. Because, like you, Miz, even I want to believe high. I mean, I know you still got that some of the threshold left in you, probably 2 more games. I've lost it completely. I told you, Miz, Man United is such a low performing team at the moment. The way we expected against West Ham, yeah, and we slapped them because they were bad and we knew we're going to beat them. The same thing should have been done against Man United. No, I know, and I know
agree.
they're bad. We
agree.
just lost it. I understand. Red card, totally, you know, put every tactics, every plan left. Understood. But your plan B was so diabolical that I don't think so I can back you, man, anymore. I cannot. I just can't. When you bring in out of 10 players, if 6 players are defensive players or defenders, how are you gonna attack? And if you're not gonna attack, you're coming out in the post-match press conference and you're saying that, oh, they're attacking with 5 players, so we got a defense with 5. So that means your objective of the game is to defend only, and get out and not concede anymore. That means your entire ideology coming into this game was to get a draw. Was that it? If that's it, I'm sorry, I'm not going to support you for that. And even going forward in the season, I'm going to have question marks at most of the decisions if the ideology is this. I'm sorry.
You know what the crazy thing is, Ishan? Like, people are saying in the live chat that looks like Enzo Maresca doesn't rate our players that we brought in. Enzo Maresca, let me tell you something. There's only one winner here. You think you're going to sack the owners? You think you're going to sack the sporting directors? There's only one winner, brother. You're the one who's going to not win here. There's one winner, and you're not the winner. Understand, Enzo Maresca. There's only one winner, and you're not the winner. We could sit here all day long, Ishan, and I get it. We could have done better in the left wing position. Of course, we could have given better. We were trying Xavi Simons, right? We should have found a replacement for Levi Colwill, but Enzo Maresca wanted a specific type of a defender. He didn't just want any defender. He said, I need a defender that can play from the back because I only have Tosin. So to find that type of a defender in a short space of time, maybe a month, couple of months, which they didn't even think about, right? And Ishan, don't forget, we have so many defenders, bro. Some of them had to leave, and they didn't. Desasi didn't. So there has to come a point, Ishan. You have imagine in a workspace environment, Ishan, and to all the live chat as well. Not everything goes your way at work. Even at my work, not everything is best suitable for me. But do I put my hand up and tell my manager, you know what? I'm not doing my work today. I'm not doing any work because I don't have this available. I don't have that available. I don't have my water bottle here. I don't have my lunch here. I don't have this. I don't have my best friend sitting next to me. I can't work today. But it doesn't work this way. Whatever is given to you, do your best out of that. You can't just ignore. You still have to carry on. This is what we do in real life. We carry on. We have a duty to make sure our job is done regardless of all the issues that, Ishan, isn't this the normal behavior? Yeah. Imagine your boss. I know you're going to start a new job soon, right, Ishan? Yeah. Imagine your boss says, Ishan, I expect this from you. And you go, but boss, 2 things are not available for me. So your boss will say, do your best. Do your best.
Make it available.
Make it. Do your best.
Yeah.
We know. Well, we know. But you do your best now. Are you going to just say, you know what? See you later. I'm going home. But make sure you give me my money. You've been hired to do this job, bro. You've got Gittins. You've got Giu. You've got Garnacho. You've got Bonanote. You've got Achapong. Achapong's not even in the team, Ishan. Achapong's not even in the squad. Yeah. Ishan, is this good enough from Enzo Maresca to I'm sorry, the people in the social media are saying, Enzo Maresca doesn't believe in what was given to him. I'm sorry, I don't accept. And Hato as well. He's been given Hato as well.
Yeah.
Is this a good, for people that are saying that Enzo Maresca doesn't trust what the directors and the owners have done, is this a good excuse from Enzo Maresca?
I don't think so. Look, I am the most critical person when it comes to transfer season. You know that transfer window, from my perspective, we've failed miserably by not getting a keeper, not even looking at a keeper. We can now initiate the talks because of what happened last match. That Maignan deal should have happened. That Xavi Simons deal should have happened. We definitely should have got probably another striker now, since the Delap injury was there on the table. From my perspective, we failed to have some major signings we should have had. That does not mean that we had the signings that we had are bad. We had some decent signings as well, like you told. Jorel Hato was there. We already have the likes of Achampong, who could have been used and was used, in the initial phases of the initial matches of the season. We got Gittins, we got Garnacho. Fine. Now it comes down to Maresca. I don't think so. Like you told, Miss, just because I believe that the transfer window wasn't a success, would that be make any difference if I start going against the owners? No, the owners ain't going anywhere, man. The owners ain't going anywhere.
Well, if anything, you're the one who's going to go. You're the one who's
Yeah.
going to go.
The one who's the easiest to sack is the manager. And that's why, like I told you, Miz, if anything goes left, the first knife that falls is on Maresca, right? He needs to utilize the entire thing and make us believe that, all right, we're doing the right thing at the right time. But at this point of time, the actions that Maresca is taking in the games by saying that he believes or he disbelieves a player, that's a separate thing, Miz. When you're under a scrutiny, when you're under a turmoil, when you're under a bad situation, you gotta use what you gotta use. And if you're not using that, people are gonna get mad. You know what I mean? For example, if like in a very scarce situation, right? If there's no food in the entire town, right? And then you just got some peanuts to have, right? But then there is a store open for you. You have got peace. You can go buy something and just eat it, but you still choose, oh, you know what? No, I've got some more peanuts. I'll just eat, and probably I gotta save money for my future things. And bro, you might not even survive the next day. Just go and get what you need to get. It seemed like the situation that we have. Play Garnacho, play someone like a Gittins, see what they can do. At least put look. I know the fact that they are not the best of the best person to take out of this, entire post situation. Probably I could have agreed that, oh, why bring Garnacho? We were already 2-0 down. Can we expect that Garnacho will score 2-3 goals and win us the game? Can we expect that Gittins will turn the game totally around all by himself and then win us the game? Probably not. But if you don't put them in the scenario at all, this question still becomes a question mark, right? At least put them in the situation. You have something to play for, man. I'm sorry, but
do you know what, Ishan? Second half was so shambolic, and then we make our substitution. Then we finally make our substitution. And okay, Wesley Fofana put his hand up and said, Gaffer, I can't continue. That in itself is another problem for me. Wesley Fofana, why are you playing if you can't continue? Why are you... You can't just all of a sudden 65th minute, Gaffer, yeah, I can't continue. Why are you playing then? Why are you playing?
And that too in this situation when you know the team is going under such a huge struggle.
And substitution is so important. We can't just waste another substitution, right?
Yeah.
So you see how difficult the situation is, because apparently Maresca was thinking about bringing on Garnacho, but Wesley Fofana put his hand up. Okay, Ishan, Wesley Fofana puts his hand up. He wants to get subbed. Why isn't my manager showing some courage and go, you know what, Fofana, no problems. I'm going to take you off. There's only about less than 30 minutes to go, about 25 minutes to go. I'm now going to throw the kitchen sink. I'm now going to go for it. Because we're 2-0 down. I might as well just, what's the point? 2-0, 3-0, 4-0. I'm losing.
Yeah.
I'm going to defend. I'm going to defend with Reece James. I'm going to defend with Chalobah, Tosin. I'm going to take Wesley Fofana out because he took out Cucurella as well. He took out Cucurella to bring in Malo Gusto. Okay, fine. You took out Cucurella to bring in Malo Gusto, another defender. Why are you not then, like, why did you take out Cucurella for Malo Gusto? You should have also had two attackers. Why did you bring in Malo Gusto?
Yeah.
You took off Wesley Fofana. You brought in Tyreek George, which I don't understand. You're trying to play him up front as a striker now. Yeah. Why did you also take out Cucurella to bring in Malo Gusto? What's Malo Gusto going to give us? Why didn't you take out Cucurella to bring in another attacker? Why can't you defend with Chalobah, Tosin, and Reece James? Chalobah plays LCB, Tosin in the middle, and Reece James as RCB. Why can't you just play with three? You still got your Andre Santos, you've got your Caicedo, you've got your Enzo Fernandez, you've got the three midfielders. You can defend as a unit there. Why not put in another two more attackers? Why just Tyreek George? Why not Tyreek George and Garnacho or Gittins?
Yeah. No, 100%. Total shambles,
What
man.
wa-
Total shambles.
what was Malo Gusto going to provide to us at that time?
He was gonna provide us nothing, man. I like I told you, miss, what was the objective going into this game at the first point? And of course, definitely after the red card, Maresca not just panicked, but he showed to the Manchester United manager, the team, that he's scared. He's scared now. That's what he showed. Because bringing in defenders after defenders and benching attackers after attackers, what what is the actual message that are you sending to the opposition? Of course that you're scared. You're scared of conceding goal. Because I mean, this is not right. This is just not right. No, Wesley Fofana. There's another thing that to talk about his substitution, him wanting to be substituted. Of course, I understand some people coming up and saying that he was never fit to play 90 minutes. That's fine. That's 100%. But at least let the manager sub you off if you are not able to run at all. You know what I mean? And if you have actually the problem, get yourself subbed out in the first half when probably someone like a Pedro Neto was getting subbed off. Do you know what I mean? If you're not capable to do the job that your team requires you, and at least for these worst case situation matches, where the team specially requires you to do the responsibility that you usually do, right? So I mean, at the end of the day, miss, it was total shambolic. And also, let's not forget the fact that, and probably let's start another topic about some referee decisions. What is going on actually, miss? The Bayern Munich game, there were some very scratchy decisions.
Bro,
This game around, what
they're
is
against
happening?
us, bro. They're against us. They're definitely against us. Even Bruno Fernandes's goal, I think there was some sort of interference from Sesko. I
Yeah,
think Sesko was interfering, and that should have been a offside. I feel
that should have
João
been an
Pedro,
offside. That's
Ja-
actually the rule, miss. Yeah,
yeah, and João Pedro should have got a penalty because he was tackled. He was tackled inside the box. He was
he was.
absolutely tackled. So look. Before I even talk about all of that, let me just quickly take care of this super chat, and then I want to actually talk about this whole 5 at the back Enzo Maresca was referring to, because I really need to understand this. Give me 1 second. Alhambra, big up to you, my man. Thank you so much for the super chat. This game was made for the wingers. We said Gittins isn't good with low blocks, but he'd had so much space on the counter. If not now, then when? No, it's mad. If it's not now, then when? Okay, Ishan, I want to just bring up this because it's bothering me, man. Like Enzo Maresca said, I brought in Tossen because I wanted to make sure that they attack with 5. We want to defend with 5. So what did you do to start the match with? You didn't defend with 5. So we played the formation off the ball. So let's go off the ball. 4-2-3-1, yeah. Let's go 4-2-3-1. So this is okay. So Sanchez, Cucurella, Tossen, Chalobah. Because I think this manager is talking. I don't think he's saying the truth. He made a mistake. He made a mistake from the get-go, and this is what I'm trying to establish, because I feel like this whole we brought in Tossen as well because they attack with 5. What, did you not know they attack with 5? You didn't know that they have wing backs?
Yeah, and that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Because I need to understand this.
Meanwhile, in the chat, Gus says the coaching staff should always have a plan. If we go to 10 men, that's poor management. 100% agreed, man. 100% agreed.
100%.
Why should we
100%.
panic? Why should we panic? Even if we go 10 men down, why should we panic?
1 man down, not 10 men. But then we
have one. We are down to 10 men. If we're down to 10 men, why should we panic at the first place?
Okay, Ishan, this was our lineup, right? So where's the 5th defender here? He said they attack with 5. We need to defend with 5. Where's the 5th defender here?
Who's the 5th defender here? Maybe Caicedo, right?
So is he saying Caicedo, right? Let's just say he's saying Caicedo, yeah? He's saying Caicedo. So maybe he's the fifth defender. Yeah? Okay. So then we get the red card. And forget about Esteban Willian. He's gone. All right?
Yeah.
So we're left with this. Now we're left with this. Okay? Now we're left with this. So we just said that the fifth defender is maybe Caicedo. Yeah?
Yeah.
So why the need to take Neto off as well? Why the need?
Isn't it still 5v5 from that
isn't
perspective?
Isn't it or not? Isn't it or not?
Yes, 100%. What was the need?
Sorry, Fofana. Sorry, not Tosin. This was Fofana. I think it was like this. Fofana on the right side. So isn't it still 5? Isn't it still 5? So you took off Esteval, and then you brought on Tosin. Now he plays here. Sorry. Now he plays here. So isn't it obvious that Enzo Maresca bringing on Tosin shows that you made an error? You made an error from the beginning, because where was the 5 defending? Where was the 5 defending from the beginning?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm trying to
There
say?
was 5,
like
100%.
There was.
There were,
well, if you don't consider Caicedo, there was 4. So why didn't you start with the 5 defense from the beginning? Which means you made a mistake. All of a sudden, mid-game, you started to say that, well, not even mid-game, after 7 minutes, you're like, oh, they attack with 5. You didn't. So either you didn't know Man United attacks with 5, or I don't know, you're just trying to fool the Chelsea fan base with some bullshit tactics.
Yes. What was that? I mean, 100%. What are you saying? I mean, they were coming back at us with 5 attackers. We wanted 5 defenders. You already have that on the pitch. You already had that. Why take off and make look at?
So Ishan, Cruz is saying he did 5 defending after Tosin came on. So if that's the case, then he started off wrong. Then is that what we're saying? That Maresca started the match wrong.
Yeah.
Isn't that a big problem, Ishan, that Enzo Maresca did not anticipate knowing Man United play with wingbacks? Yeah. They've got Bruno Fernandes, Brian Mbeumo, Sesko, Dogu, Ahmad. Did Enzo Maresca not know that they attack with 5? Did he not know this?
No, I'll tell you my instinct of why he panicked the way he panicked, right? And it's, I think so, somewhere beyond 5 attackers versus 5 defenders and legit defenders. He panicked, of course, the red card thing, and he saw the way United were attacking the flanks and they were spamming in through balls, over the head through balls here. And of course, Sesko is one of the threats higher in the air with his aerial abilities. Probably he was thinking, oh my days, we are under some huge threat. We got 1 red card, right? And they are spamming in high balls, over the head balls. We need some height advantage.
We need some
height. Let's bring in Tosin, and probably I can give all the bullshit reasons later on as to why 5 defenders. But this is one of the reasons.
So Ishan, that's exactly what I thought when I was watching the game, that, oh shit, United are going long on a regular. They're going long ball and they're spamming crosses. I need some height. Ishan, as a manager, don't you think you should anticipate that the opposition can do this? Brentford did this. Bayern Munich, to a certain level, was sending it high initially towards Kane and Olise. It seems like the opposition for the past 2 games have wanted to go long on us. Should you not anticipate what Ruben Amorim... Now I understand why Vincent Kompany said, I've done my homework on Chelsea. I've done my homework on them.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be any surprise.
Right, right. That's the thing, man. You should have anticipated, and especially against Man United. You know, they're playing against wing backs. You know, they've got someone like a Sesko who's got superb aerial abilities. Of course, this was gonna happen. Of course, this was gonna happen. You should have anticipated, and like probably most of the guys in live chat are also saying the plan B wasn't good enough. You never had a plan B, and not just for against Man United. It's like even once you go down to 10 men, you don't have a plan at all. You don't know how to regulate the team. You just panicked. You just panicked, and you just couldn't anticipate what's going on. But here's the thing, is forget about them scoring aerial balls. At least let us not show a negative intent on the match by going ultra defensive and cut our legs off by bringing in all the attackers out. That is something diabolical. This is where my problem is. I don't mind bringing a Tosin in, but at least don't get all the attackers away. How would we attack, man? And you're saying that, all right, you know what? I'll bring in the Tosin. Maybe the aerial ability is gonna add up to the defense, and we're probably not gonna concede more. But how you gonna score? Are you thinking about that? I'm sure not, because the way you took off all the attackers and brought in a defender, I'm sure you didn't think of how we're gonna score.
Now, this is such a good point. And before we get into that point, Jim, thank you so much for the super chat. We never turn up in big away games. When was the last time we won one bar Spurs? Zero mentality. Ishan, okay, we brought on all of these defenders, right? We brought on all of these defenders. Do you remember how we conceded the second goal? Ashraf is saying, show the second goal and expose our defenders, Miz. It's not all about Maresca. Look, we brought on all of those defenders, Ishan. Reece James bombs the ball up. Goalkeeper's just standing and watching the ball. All of our defenders, Fofana, Chalaba, Tosin, are bunched in a place. Man United player leaps above everyone, headers it to Casemiro in the far post, who then taps it in. Bro, what type of defending is that, bro, with all of these defenders?
This is the same way we conceded against Brentford as well, the final goal. Everybody just cornering themselves around, making, what are you guys doing? What are you playing? Hide and seek or something behind each other? What are you doing, man? I mean, 100% Ashraf, you're right, man. And not all is about Maresca. Players have to take the blame.
And this is what I said,
the intention as well.
Players definitely need to take the blame as well, no doubts. But in this case, I actually blame Maresca a lot because of the substitute. But coming back to the players, yes, they are definitely to be blamed. Ishan, as you said, the Brentford one as well. All of these defenders bunch. Bro, clear the ball. Your job is to clear the ball. What's going on, Ishan? There seems to be a little bit of a mental block all of a sudden in this team. I don't understand. Brentford, we dropped points. Bayern Munich, we lost. Man United, we lost. Now there's 3 games we've gone without winning.
Yeah.
As a Chelsea football club, you can't. Bro, we saw what happened last season. That December, January, February,
and the mannerism
March.
as well. The way you're getting exposed as well as a man manager, as a decision maker, and now in this game, as a tactician, you're getting questioned in all the areas as a manager, Miss. That is not good. Not just manager, the players as well. Don't get me wrong. Live chat, Ashraf, you guys are spot on. It's not just about the manager. It's not just about the players. Definitely the people sitting up top, the management, everybody has to be questioned. Because of course, once the manager is not making certain changes, there are questions that you should have done better in the transfer market. Acknowledged. The transfer market closed. Whatever you got in your squad, you got to do 100% with it and utilize it completely to the fullest. Acknowledge 100%. The manager's not doing that. Manager's problem. The players, the 11, 10, whomsoever are there present in the ground, if they are not giving the 100%, it's on them. When you lose a game like that, everybody has to be blamed. It's not just one. But
not true.
The decisions that someone like a Maresca took, which we didn't expect him to take, that is something we should be talking about. And 100% right. The players got to do better. And that's how we started. Sanchez, total diabolical, right? Chalaba could have done better, despite of his goal in the second half. Fair play. But could have done better for the first goal. I mean, at least for the red card situation, right? Multiple players could have done better. Uh, but the situation at which Maresca had put the team right since the 4th minute, 5th minutes after the red card just didn't allow the players to do to the fullest. That's what I believe.
100%. 100%. Alhambra, thank you so much for the super chat. Our defense is bad aerially. 5 at the back doesn't solve it. They got up to like, what's with that Brentford coach that we have, the set piece coach? What happened to that? I thought Tosin was meant to be aerially very good. I thought Chalobah aerially is good as well. He scored a header. That's how he scored. We got João Pedro for height as well, if need be, whenever there's corners or set pieces. Surenthan saying, let's not start this Maresca sacking talk, please. Not again. Brother, look, Maresca's not getting sacked today. Maresca's not getting sacked tomorrow. Maresca's not getting sacked at the moment. We're trying to say that, well, I am trying to say that a lot of it was his blame, but the players obviously needs to take a lot of blame as well. 100% players. We need to be critical. At this moment, we need to be critical. Just because we are saying that Maresca made a lot of mistakes, that doesn't equate to Maresca out. Not for me. I know a lot of people in the live chat could be Maresca out. That's fine. They were Maresca out from the beginning anyway. Me, I was never a manager out. Never ever was a manager out. All I said that if you continue to perform poorly, you're going to get yourself sacked. I don't need to be manager out. You're going to get yourself sacked. I'm saying it again. Enzo Maresca, and we're going to wrap things up. Enzo Maresca, you need to now, whatever foolery is happening at Chelsea Football Club, you need to get a grip of it. You need to start playing from the front foot. Why are we starting games slow? Why are we conceding always? Why are we starting to concede first? Why are the teams showing more energy than us? Bayern Munich, more energy than us. Man United, more energy than us. Why? Why? Brentford as well, to a certain level, the first half, it was all, they seem to have more energy than us. Why? Freshen it up. If your players are tired, Enzo Maresca, if your players are tired, you've got the squad. Please utilize. Please, I beg you. I'll put my 2 hands together. Please utilize. Do not let this season go. This is an important season. Every one of us, well, not every one of us. I know in the live chat it's not the case, but majority of the fan base will tell you, if you do polls anywhere, whether it's X, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's YouTube, majority of the fan base will tell you we expected big things this season. We wanted to compete in the Premier League. I still do. It's early days. But I need you, Enzo Maresca, to now fix things. The solution is in-house. Fix. Start utilizing Achapong. If there's a defensive problem, start utilizing Achapong. If there's a midfield problem with Enzo Fernandez, please start utilizing Andre Santos. If there's a problem with Cole Palmer, use others. If you need a striker, you've got
the entire narrative, Nizia, of Maresca doesn't believe this player. Definitely, you can't be sending away a player if you believe him, right, Miss? Isn't that true? If he was believing in Tyreek George wouldn't have been linked to Fulham. He was like this close to be sent to Fulham, right? So if you would have believed him, you wouldn't have sent him to Fulham, right? For pennies. No. So if you didn't believe in Tyreek George building your team up, now you're using him left, right, and center. Then what is the problem in using Garnacho and Gittins? I'm sure you don't believe him. Then just use them. Surely you didn't believe in Tyreek George, but you're using him for some case, right? Why not these players? Why not Mark Guyu? What wrong has that poor guy done? If he wasn't to be used, just say no to the management and get him playing under Sunderland, man. He at least would have got some game time comparatively to what he's getting here at Chelsea. So him not using players, I really don't understand at the moment. Because he shouldn't have been using Tyreek George. He shouldn't have been using plenty other players that he didn't had he didn't prefer at the beginning. But now since he's using Tyreek George, why not the other players? I really don't. You talk about Garnacho, miss. I thought Garnacho should have started, let alone substitutions and all those stuff, man. I thought he should have started.
I thought he should have
against
started.
Man United. He should have started. I'm sorry.
Same. I had Garnacho starting.
You saying Palmer wasn't 100%. Oh, you're gonna start Palmer, jeopardizing his entire year, with about his fitness, and then probably not even sniff to look at, someone like a Mark Guyu or a Garnacho or a Gittins. I know that they aim 100, they aim level 100, but at least use them in the scarce situation, so that, at least people will think that, okay, he's trying whatever he has in his hand. If you're not trying whatever you've got in your hand, people are always going to blame you. I'm sorry. And
100%.
yesterday's game, should you have made better, I know, understand the fact that 100% acknowledge the fact that it's difficult as a manager to have a 10-man squad in under 4 minutes, 5 minutes, right? It's not easy, but at least do not make people question your intent. That's what you did by bringing in 5, 6, 7 defenders, and coming out in the post-match press conference saying that 5 attackers versus 5 defenders. What kind of idiotic mentality
nonsense,
is that?
bro? Nonsense. And I'm pretty sure the oppositions that we're going to face in the future, they're going to use similar tactics. They're going to go long. They're going to play these long throw-ins. They're going to spam crosses, because they know that we seem to have a clear issue doing this. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. All I'm going to say to finish things off is, Enzo Maresca, please, you need to, 3 games is enough. You need to now bounce back. Lincoln City needs to be a devastating victory. We cannot even think about getting eliminated out of Carabao Cup. I'm sorry. This is an opportunity to get some silverware. So Lincoln City needs to be a devastating victory. Then Brighton at Stamford Bridge. 3 points, I'm putting it down right now. Right now, I'm putting it down 3 points in the Premier League table for us, because if that's not what we are going to get, morale shattered, huge question marks will start. Huge question marks will start. Because you can't go in the Premier League, Brentford draw, Man United loss, and not picking up 3 points against Brighton. I'm sorry, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. So it needs to start changing. Ladies and gentlemen, smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe not just to my channel, but to Ishan's channel as well. The link is literally on the description. Make sure you do that. And we'll see you guys again sometime very, very soon. Until then, take care.